I am recording what might be my shortest ever podcast episode. Just be prepared. I just want to do a quick, nice, short episode for this 4th of July weekend about something that happened to me that was very abundant yesterday and my lesson from that. But before I get started, I want to share with you something. I love sharing tips. And I just recorded a podcast interview with someone. She invited me on her podcast. And we spent the first 5 minutes before we hit record talking about little tech tips that we like. And so I'm going to give you a little tech tip. And probably you already know this. It's probably been around and I've just been in the dark about it. But I was playing around because I have this blinking problem. And if you're watching my video on YouTube, I apologize. It's a blinking problem. I've just found some videos that explain the technical issue there, and it has to do with my USB port. So I will be fixing that soon. But what I discovered are these Zoom filters. And so Zoom's gotten really fancy with their filters. And a lot of us use Zoom now because the pandemic. Yeah, it became the hottest software and stock, I think, to buy over the pandemic. But anyways, if you go to the Zoom preferences area, there is a menu option that says background filters. And I was having so much fun with these background filters. I don't know if you've seen that, like in Snapchat filters, you can like have facial hair. You can actually, there's a filter that what you'd look like if you were a man. So I don't know why, but they make me laugh. And my husband doesn't think they're funny, but I laugh. It makes my kids laugh. They're adults, so I just laugh with them. But anyways, if you go into the background and filters area, down the lower right-hand corner, there's a studio effects area. And the studio, there's like in the main area, there's a bunch of things like you can put sunglasses on, you can put bunny ears on, you can put like silly stuff. You can put like a chat bubble above your head. So there's all kinds of different stuff. But if you go into the studio effects area, you can actually thicken your eyebrows. You can put lipstick on and you can put facial hair on. So I have lipstick on, but it's not real lipstick. It's a Zoom filter. And I love it because I always forget to put lipstick on, and I'm not a lipstick girl. And so when I do put it on, I lick my lips a lot. And then when you drink, out of like a lot of times I have my coffee when I'm doing podcasts or my water, and then my lipstick gets everywhere. So I love the fact that I have this filter that I can apply lipstick, and I can do different colors too. So I can make my lips and they don't smear. It doesn't smear. It's just permanent lipstick, and I'll be licking my lips. So that is my tech tip today. If you use Zoom, check out the preferences with backgrounds and filters and put a little lipstick on. You don't have to worry about like it's smearing your mask. So anyways, all right. Today's podcast episode is really about an experience I had yesterday. And I just wanted to share it. I was lying in bed thinking, I always like to, these abundance episodes are about like, how do you activate abundance in your life? And I can give you theories. I can give you things that I get out of my book, that concepts that I like, but I like to also share real experiences. And I was the recipient of abundance yesterday, and it made me happy. And it was super small and simple. And I thought that would be a good share. And to also, as an action item from listening to this episode, is think about a way that you can be on the giving side of something simple, abundance wise, and it might be returned. So I was thinking about like, why, sometimes I like to think that abundance comes because of the thoughts that I put out or the actions that I take. And yesterday, it's funny because my husband, he's a real estate broker, and he's always traveling around and doing his real estate stuff, and puts a lot of miles on his car, eats a lot of gas. And sometimes he'll say, do you want to go with me to do this thing? And I always say no, because I'm always in the middle of doing something. And it's like, no, I have work to do. Just because I'm at home and I'm sitting on the sofa on my computer doesn't mean like I'm lollygagging. So, but I've been super, super busy lately, and it's been a very, very busy season for me. And I feel like I said no a lot, and I haven't given him a lot of attention. And so yesterday he said, well, I'm going to go over to this, town that's, it's probably about a 40-minute drive from us. And he said, and I got to pick up my sign because he just had a closing. So I'll be back at, an hour and a half or whatever. And I was like, do you want me to come with you? So I volunteered to go with him just out to pick up a sign. And I offered to drive. So he drives a lot. And I thought, I'll just take the load off. And I have my new electric car. And I'm very excited about my new electric car. I don't even know if I've shared that on the podcast. I just got a Tesla. So I'm going to have to talk about that on another episode. But so I'm really excited to talk about a learning curve. I didn't even know how to drive an electric car, except my golf cart. I do have a golf cart, but it's kind of like driving a very, very fast golf cart. But it's been a learning curve because it's you don't go and get gas like a gasoline engine. It's totally different. You plug it in. So it's really crazy. But I thought, oh, I'll drive and I'll save you gas. So we went on our little jaunt. And of course, I always find another thing to do when we go on our jaunts, which it wasn't in the plan for him. He's like, how long is this going to take? So I had decided that I wanted to have some spaghetti last night. And he eats regular noodles, pasta, and I like to eat vegetable noodles. Zoodles, I either do spaghetti squash or zoodles. So I said, and there's this cute little farmer's market that wasn't too much of a detour. We just had, it was basically like not even a 2.5 minute each way detour. And so I was like, okay, I want to stop by that little country store. It's like the kind of country store you walk in and it's like, they have fresh vegetables. They have hardwood floors. It's the cutest little country store. Love it. So I said, I'm just going to stop in there and just get a zucchini, just one zucchini. That's all I need. It's not going to be like a big shopping trip or anything. So, and it was even more convenient than like stopping at the grocery store for us. So he was like, okay, get your zucchini. So we stopped at the country store, and I haven't been there since before the pandemic. So I was like, okay, so didn't know the rules. Actually got out of my car without a mask. I'm like, oops. And then some guy comes out of the store and he's like, oh, well, we just do curbside. And then I guess at 3 p.m. they open the store and you can go in there, but they limit it to 10 people and you have to have a mask. So there was all these rules and I was like, no problem. So he asked what I wanted and I said, I want a zucchini. And he said, is that all? And I was like, yeah, just a zucchini. I'll trust him to pick it out. You know how we like to pick out our vegetables. So I was like, I'll trust him to pick it out. So I just waited, got back in my car and waited. And he comes out the zucchini. And like I opened my wallet and he goes, oh, no problem. That's on us. Don't have to pay for it. I was like, what? When does that happen? That never happens anymore. I got a free zucchini. I felt like, I visited a friend and they went out to their garden, gave me their zucchini. And so how little was that? A little simple gesture of abundance. And, I hope something good happened to him yesterday as a result of doing that. I'm sure it did because that's how the universe works. And so when I was thinking about it, I was thinking, well, first of all, doing something nice like that, it really made my day. It just made me so happy and made me think, oh, the world is really good, because in this day and age, sometimes we think, oh my God, what's happening to the world? Where are all the nice people? But yeah. And so then I started thinking about it more. I started thinking, you know what? That experience of abundance, that little gesture of abundance wouldn't have happened to me if I hadn't given the gift of time to my husband, because it really wasn't, I even thought, oh my gosh, I could be home getting more work done, but you have to get out of that mindset sometimes and just like take a break and good things will happen. So I honestly, nothing bad happened from being away from my house for 2 hours in the middle of the day. I didn't lose any, there was nothing that was lost. There was nothing that was, there was nothing, non-abundant, nothing that really happened other than, me just taking a break and getting away from it all. And that's what I like to talk about is we sometimes think that we can't take a break because there's no time to take a break. But then you take a break and you're like, why didn't I do that? Why don't I take more breaks? Because when you take a break, good things happen. Good things happen. And you don't really lose the time that you thought you were going to lose. It's just a whole different mindset shift and perspective that you get. So I took time, I took a break. My husband felt good that I gave him that time, and I got a free zucchini. So it was a win-win, I think, because I got the benefit of taking a break. My husband got the benefit of time spent and gas saved. And then I got the zucchini, and I had a delicious spaghetti dinner as a result. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, but think about what you can do in your life that is just a simple little gift of abundance. And you might reap rewards from it sooner than you think. That's what happens. So have a great 4th of July weekend. If you're listening to this on the Friday, it publishes right before the weekend gets underway. I think it's going to be great weather here in the Virginia area. So I hope you have fun. Don't burn yourself with sparklers or whatever the case may be. So have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Thank you so much for tuning into the Not Your Average Lives podcast. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe on iTunes if you have an Apple device. You can find free resources and learn what else I have going on at the moment that might interest you on my website at notyouraverage.grandma.com. You can also find me on Instagram or Facebook at Not Your Average Grandma. If you liked this episode, it would make my heart so happy if you could leave me a 5-star rating. You can also add a review to let me know what you like about this podcast, which will help spread the word about it to others who need a little midlife inspiration. As always, be you, listen to your inner voice, and focus on reigniting that lost spark so you can start living your own Not Your Average life.